Okay, so today we're going to be looking into AI literacy.
Hmm.
It's not just like a tech buzzword anymore, right?
Mm.
It's something that's probably going to impact all of us.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm really excited to unpack this with you today
Yeah.
because I've been following this researcher, Kevin Brake,
Okay.
and he poses this question.
Yeah.
What will AI literacy truly mean now and in the future?
That is a great question, and
Yeah,
it's something that we need to be considering right now
exactly.
because AI is no longer this futuristic concept.
Right.
It's really ingrained in our lives already.
Yeah, for sure.
Like think about from the things that we see on social media
Yeah.
all the way to healthcare decisions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why it's so important to understand AI.
Uh-huh.
But let's break it down a little.
Okay.
What does AI literacy actually mean?
Yeah, so like,
Like beyond just a simple definition.
yeah, you could know what a car is.
Right.
You could know what it does.
Yeah.
But to be car literate, you need to understand the mechanics.
Okay.
You need to understand how the different parts work together.
Yeah.
And AI literacy is kind of similar.
Okay.
It's this deeper understanding of how these systems actually function,
Yeah.
the algorithms that drive them,
Okay.
and their overall impact on society.
So it's more than just knowing AI exists. You need to
Yeah.
know how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like Russell and Norvig argue.
Okay.
They literally wrote the book on AI.
Okay.
It's called Artificial Intelligence, a modern approach.
Wow.
And they talk about demystifying AI
Okay.
and how understanding how it works,
Uh-huh.
understanding the potential for bias,
Yeah.
and the ethical considerations
Okay.
are all really key to making sure AI develops responsibly.
So AI literacy is about empowering ourselves to understand and question these systems
Yeah.
rather than just blindly trusting them.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
about having the knowledge to be informed, to engage in discussions about how these technologies are being used,
Okay.
and to push for transparency and accountability.
So how does this relate to the average person?
Yeah.
Why should they care about AI literacy?
Well, think about this. AI is already shaping so many parts of our lives.
Like how?
So you know those personalized recommendations you get on like streaming services?
Yeah.
That's AI.
Oh, wow.
Chatbots on websites.
Ah,
AI.
okay.
And increasingly, things like loan applications or even medical diagnoses are being influenced by AI systems.
Wow. So it really is more widespread than we realize.
It is, and without even a basic understanding of how these systems work,
Yeah.
we risk becoming passive recipients of their decisions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So AI literacy allows us to understand the reasoning behind those decisions
Okay.
and to identify potential biases or inaccuracies.
So it's not just about being tech savvy. It's
Right.
about understanding how AI is impacting our daily lives.
Yeah.
And the choices that are being made for us, sometimes without us even knowing.
Exactly. AI literacy empowers us to understand and potentially challenge those choices.
That's a good point. It makes you think about how AI will impact the job market.
Yeah, the impact of AI on the job market is something a lot of people are talking about.
Yeah.
Certain industries are already seeing significant changes with some tasks being automated.
Right.
And this leads to concerns about job displacement.
So AI literacy could be crucial for navigating this changing landscape.
Absolutely. The OECD did some research on this,
Okay.
and they highlight AI literacy as a key factor in preparing for these future jobs.
Okay.
And it's not just about preventing job loss.
Yeah.
It's about equipping people with the skills to work alongside AI
Okay.
and thrive in these new roles.
So rather than fearing AI as like a job filler,
Right.
we should be thinking about how to work with it.
Exactly. AI literacy helps us understand where those opportunities lie
Uh-huh.
and how to adapt our skill sets accordingly.
That makes sense, but wouldn't that require a pretty big shift in how we approach education?
And we're seeing that shift happening.
Okay.
There's this growing movement to integrate AI literacy into education systems,
Okay.
from primary school to higher education.
Wow.
It's about giving people the building blocks
Yeah.
to understand not just the technical aspects, but also the broader societal and ethical implications.
So it's not just about coding, it's about fostering like a more holistic understanding.
It's about encouraging critical thinking, problem solving,
Yeah.
and ethical decision-making
Yeah.
in the context of AI.
Which aligns with that AI 100 report from Stanford,
Yeah.
emphasizing the need to cultivate an innovative and critically reflective mindset when it comes to AI, rather than just focusing on technical skills.
Precisely. They're advocating for a generation that can not only understand AI,
Uh,
but also shape its development in a way that benefits society.
That's a powerful vision for the future, but I can't help but think about the downsides of AI as well.
Sure.
There are a lot of concerns about biases, privacy issues, even malicious use.
You're right. You have to be aware of the potential risks along with the benefits.
Yeah.
And one of the major concerns you mentioned is bias in algorithms.
Could you elaborate on that a bit more?
Of course.
I think a lot of people hear about it, but they might not fully understand.
So AI systems are trained on these huge data sets.
Yeah.
And if those data sets contain bias, the algorithms can perpetuate and even amplify those biases,
Oh, wow.
leading to unfair or discriminatory outcomes.
So if the data is flawed, the AI will inherit those flaws
Yeah.
and potentially magnify them.
Yeah.
That's unsettling.
It highlights the need to carefully consider the data used to train AI systems
Right.
and for ongoing monitoring to ensure fairness and accuracy.
So it's not just about developing the technology,
Uh-huh.
but also about making sure it's used responsibly and ethically.
Precisely. AI literacy empowers us to ask the right questions about how these systems are being developed and deployed,
Okay.
and to demand transparency and accountability from the creators.
That makes a lot of sense. But what about larger efforts to address these concerns?
Yeah.
Are there any initiatives or organizations working on promoting responsible AI development?
There are, and it's encouraging to see these efforts gain traction.
Like what?
Well, the European Commission, for example,
Okay.
they've been actively promoting digital literacy programs
Oh, wow.
that incorporate AI awareness, aiming to equip citizens with the knowledge to understand and critically assess AI technologies.
So it's not just about individual responsibility.
Right.
It's about governments and organizations taking a proactive role in shaping the future of AI.
Absolutely. We need a multifaceted approach that involves policymakers, educators, technologists, and the public working together
Yeah.
to ensure AI develops in a way that benefits humanity.
It sounds complex but necessary.
It is.
And it kind of brings us back to Kevin Brake's question about what AI literacy will truly mean both now and in the future.
Indeed, it's an ongoing conversation.
Yeah.
And the answers will likely evolve as the technology itself evolves.
So it's not a destination, it's a journey,
Yeah,
and one that we're all on together.
we are.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation so far.
It has been great.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're having it.
me too.
Yeah.
It really highlights how much there is to learn and how important it is to stay engaged in this conversation.
Absolutely.
It really highlights how much there is to learn and how important it is to stay engaged in this conversation. But what I find really fascinating is this idea that the future of AI literacy
Yeah,
isn't just about understanding the technology, it's about shipping it.
it is. And that AI 100 report from Stanford,
Yeah.
we mentioned it earlier,
Yeah.
they actually put it really well.
Yeah.
They said the future of AI is a shared project that requires the active engagement of an informed public.
So it's not something that's happening to us, it's something that we're actively creating.
Exactly.
Wow. So AI literacy is both a responsibility and an opportunity.
Yes.
It's about understanding the potential pitfalls, but also recognizing the potential AI has to solve some of the world's biggest challenges.
It does.
Yeah, so fostering global AI literacy
Yeah,
is super important.
it is.
We need a collective effort to ensure everyone, regardless of background or location,
Right.
has access to the knowledge and resources to engage with this technology.
Yeah.
So what would that look like in practice?
Yeah.
What are some key initiatives or strategies?
You could have public education campaigns
Okay.
that could play a role in breaking down these complex AI concepts
Okay.
and making them more accessible.
So making AI literacy a part of pop culture.
Exactly.
Something that everyone can kind of relate to and engage with.
And then you've got formal education.
Yeah.
That plays a big role.
Yeah, for sure.
Integrating AI literacy into the curricula from a young age.
Okay.
So teaching not just the technical skills,
Right.
but also the ethical and societal implications
Yeah.
is really essential for creating a generation that can navigate this world.
It's about encouraging collaboration across different disciplines.
Yes, definitely.
AI isn't just a computer science problem. It touches on so many different things.
Yeah, like philosophy, ethics, economics, even art.
So we need interdisciplinary approaches that bring together all these experts
We do.
to ensure AI development considers all those different perspectives.
Yes. Think about philosophers and ethicists working with computer scientists to develop guidelines.
Okay.
Or artists collaborating with researchers to explore AI's creative potential.
Oh, that's interesting, using AI to push the boundaries of creativity.
And it's already happening.
Right.
We're seeing AI being used to create music, generate art, even write poetry.
Wow.
It's really cool.
So AI literacy isn't just about understanding the technical stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's about understanding those broader societal and cultural implications.
Exactly. It's about understanding how AI is going to shape everything.
Yeah.
Like our jobs, our lives,
Right.
our art, our culture,
Yeah.
the fabric of society.
Which makes you realize how much potential there is.
Various.
Not just for disruption, but also for innovation
Yeah.
and progress.
Yes. And that's why it's so important to talk about the challenges and the opportunities.
Right.
We need to be realistic about the risks, but also optimistic about the benefits.
Speaking of risks, we talked about bias in algorithms.
Yeah.
But what about other concerns like I've heard a lot about privacy in the age of AI.
Right. That's a big one.
Yeah.
AI systems rely on so much data,
Yeah.
and often it's personal information.
Right.
So it brings up those questions of data security,
Uh-huh.
like who has access and how's it being used.
So it's like this trade-off between the convenience AI offers
Right.
and the potential loss of privacy.
Exactly.
Is there a way to balance that?
That is the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And it's something that everyone's trying to figure out.
Right.
Policymakers, technologists, ethicists.
Yeah.
We need guidelines and regulations to protect privacy,
Okay.
but also allow for responsible AI development.
It sounds like transparency is really key here.
Yeah.
Like the more we understand about how our data is being used,
Uh-huh.
the better equipped we are to make sure those systems are ethical.
Right. And that's where transparency from the industry is so important.
Okay.
It could involve making algorithms more explainable,
Yeah.
providing information about how data is used,
Okay.
even allowing for audits to ensure fairness and accuracy.
So it's not just about individuals becoming AI literate. It's about creating a culture of transparency and accountability.
Exactly. And it's about empowering people to demand that transparency.
So the more informed we are
Yeah.
as consumers, as citizens, the more we can advocate for ethical and responsible AI.
Absolutely.
It highlights the importance of individual empowerment
Yeah.
and collective action. We
Right.
can't just wait for the experts.
Right.
We all have a role to play in this.
And that's where initiatives like European Commission's call for digital literacy programs are so important.
Yeah.
They recognize that empowering citizens with knowledge about AI is crucial.
And are there any other global initiatives or organizations that are doing good work in AI literacy?
Definitely UNESCO, for example.
Oh, okay.
They've been focusing on education and promoting AI literacy.
Oh, cool.
They've developed resources and frameworks to help educators
Oh, wow.
integrate AI into their teaching
Okay.
and foster critical thinking and ethical awareness among students.
So it's a multifaceted effort
It is.
involving governments,
Uh-huh.
international organizations,
Yes.
educational institutions,
Yes.
and individuals.
It is a complex challenge.
Yeah.
But the more we work together and share knowledge, the better we'll be able to navigate this and ensure that AI serves humanity in a positive way.
This conversation has been really insightful.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm really starting to understand the scope of AI literacy and how important it is for everyone.
It really is.
Yeah, and it's a topic that can be kind of confusing with all the technical jargon. But really, it's about empowering people to understand this technology
Yeah.
and shape the future of it.
Exactly.
And that's a message that deserves to be amplified.
It does.
The more we talk about AI literacy,
Yeah.
the more we kind of like break it down and demystify it,
Uh-huh.
the better prepared we'll be for the future.
I agree completely. It's a conversation they have to continue, and it needs to reach as many people as possible.
Well, on that note, we've covered a lot today, from defining AI literacy
We have.
to its impact on jobs,
Yeah.
education,
Yeah.
ethics, global initiatives.
It's been a lot.
Yeah, yes. Before we wrap up, I want to go back to Kevin Brake's question.
Okay.
What will AI literacy truly mean now and in the future?
Yeah. It's something we've been talking about this whole time.
Yeah, it's a question that we all need to think about.
Yeah. Both individually and together.
Yeah, and the answer is probably going to change as technology changes, right?
Right. And as we learn more about what it all means.
AI literacy isn't just something you learn once and you're done.
No, it's a journey.
Yeah, it's constantly learning and adapting and thinking critically.
Exactly. And it means asking those hard questions and being open to new ideas.
So where do we go from here?
Yeah.
What can our listeners do to learn more about AI and be part of this?
Well, just staying curious and informed was a great start.
Okay.
There's tons of resources online and in libraries that can help explain AI.
Like where?
The OECD has a lot of information on AI and how it affects society.
Okay.
And UNESCO has resources on AI and education.
And if you want to go even deeper,
Yeah.
you could take online courses or workshops.
Right, or even some universities have specific programs on AI ethics.
Wow.
And think about the AI tools you're already using.
Okay.
Ask yourself how they're affecting you, what data they're using.
So it's about being aware,
Yeah, be an informed user,
not just letting AI happen.
and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
Demand transparency from these companies. The more we talk about it, the more we can push for AI that's developed responsibly.
And it's not just about the technical stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's also about the social and ethical and economic impacts.
Yeah, read articles, listen to podcasts, go to talks. There's so much out there.
Yeah, and talk to people about it.
Yes.
Friends, family, coworkers.
Share your thoughts, your worries, your hopes for the future.
Because the more we talk about it, the more we can shape what happens with AI.
I agree.
This deep dive has been amazing.
Yes.
I've learned so much about AI literacy and why it matters for everyone.
It's been great talking about it with you.
Yeah, me too. And I hope our listeners feel like they can keep learning and be part of this too.
That's what we want.
Kevin Brake's question is a good one to end on.
Yes.
What will AI literacy mean for you now and in the future?
Think about it.
Explore it, and let's keep talking about it.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.